Hello. Now audible? Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
here, so you simply write only this equation, that is F proportional to phi 1 m phi 2 m, and this equation, and it is equal to sine A minus B, and your sine A minus B means sine omega t plus theta minus omega t. So you will get final equation as only sine theta. Okay, means F is proportional to your F phi 1 m phi 2 m and sine theta. Okay, so this is the equation for the force. Okay, this is the equation for force, and now the net torque produced. We know the equation for torque. Okay, that torque produced is equal to force into the displacement. Okay, that force into displacement. Now here, this is the equation when we are considering the mechanical quantities, but here that displacement means here it is the phasor displacement. Okay, so for which we already obtained this equation, that is F proportional to phi 1 m phi 2 m sine theta. Okay, so this torque is proportional to here only F. Okay, only F. Or we can also write this torque is equal to K1 into phi 1 m phi 2 m into sine theta, where this K1 is the constant of proportionality. Okay. Now here it is shown as a torque. Okay, this is the equation, means this diagram is shown for the torque, which is force into displacement, F into R. Okay. So everyone noted? Then we are considering now the RMS values. Okay, so let phi 1 is the RMS value of phi 1, and this phi 2 is the RMS value of your simple phi 2. So this F is proportional to phi 1 phi 2 sine theta, and the same equations are there, only the RMS values are taken. And in terms of currents, okay, in terms of current, this torque equation can be written as torque is proportional to I1 I2 sine theta. Now here the torque, we know that when current will flow, when the current will flow through the primary, then only your flux will set. So in motor also we studied these equations, the torque equations, means torque is proportional to I1 I2 sine theta, and we can similarly write it for the flux also. Okay, so this is your final torque equation, and its derivation is as in exam. Okay, so everyone note this and remember. Okay, so over. Now we'll start with the next point, that is a static relay. Okay, so what is mean by static? What is mean by static? Yes, Payal. What is mean by static?
Stable.
Stable, correct. Okay, so is there any machine which is static device?
Transformer.
Transformer, correct. So your transformer is a static device where there are no rotating parts. Okay, so similarly this static relays also don't have doesn't have any rotating part. Okay, so it has only static, means constant components. Okay, therefore it is called the static relay. So the relay which does not contain any rotating or moving parts is called the static relay. Now, when we are considering this static relay, so before that we studied electromagnetic relays. So in electromagnetic relays, there were many moving parts. Okay, moving parts means your main disk is moving there. Okay, that's why it is called the electromagnetic relay. Okay, because of that only, that force only your disk was rotating, means some rotating parts are there. So in static relay, whatever all components we are using, all are static. Okay, so this static unit obtain the response, and the electromagnetic relay is used for switching operation. Okay, for switching operation. Now here we are using here uh, some different blocks. Okay, different blocks means the constant, means all these quantities are constant, and means this is the combination, means for the response purpose, means when your relay is say is the sensing unit, so for the response purpose these components are used, and this electromagnetic relay is used for the switching operation. Switching means when actually there is movement. Okay, means actual movement is there, so for that purpose the electromagnetic relay is used. Now here you can see the block diagram or diagram of this static relay. So here different parts are there. Secondaries of CT or PT or transducer here taken. Then rectifier unit, relay, measuring circuit is there. So we'll see one by one here. So first, it's shown here is the secondaries of CT or PT. Now, secondary is connected here, means prime where the primary is connected, where the primary of current transformer or potential transformer is connected. So if we are considering that this type of relay is used for the protection of transmission lines, then where this CT or PT primary should be connected. Yes. Hello. We are protecting transmission line, right? Means we are taking supply from the transmission line only. Okay, therefore primary should be connected to the transmission line, and from that this CT or PT or transducer. Transducer means what is mean by transducer? Can anyone tell me? So it converts, what it does, what transducer does? It converts any physical quantity into electrical quantity. So you studied this in measurement. Okay. So this transducer you can use here, and its secondary is connected to the rectifier. Okay. So this rectifier unit contains some comparators. Okay. So hmm, uh, means this rectifier unit is simply converting your AC input into the DC. Okay, AC input into the DC, and this is the relay measuring unit. Means output of this rectifier unit, DC quantity is given to this relay measuring circuit. Now this relay measuring circuit contains the comparator, means actually it is checking whether means we know the pickup value is already set for the relay. Okay, so if that value is above, means whatever be the current or whatever be the voltage in that line is exceeding that pickup value, then only your relay will actuate. Okay, or will give the signal to the circuit breaker. Okay, so here that comparison is done in this relay measuring circuit. Okay, then its output is given to the amplifier. Okay, means that amplifier is used to increase the value, because here when we are using this current transformers and potential transformers, whatever value of that transmission line voltage or current that is decreased here for the measurement purpose. So after that measurement, again that signals or that current and or voltages are amplified and it is given to the output device here. Okay, so here you can see in detail. So first, this rectifying measuring unit has the comparators, level detectors, and the logic circuit. Okay, so when this output signal from relaying unit obtains only when the signal reaches the threshold value. Threshold value means your peak up value. When it exceeds that value, then only your relay will actuate there. Okay, so when that relay will operate, then it will be given to the circuit breaker. Okay, that signal will be given to the circuit breaker. The amplifier amplifies the signal and gives output to the output devices. Means amplifier is used to increase the value. Okay, then the output device activates the trip coil when the relay operates. Okay, so when that relay will operate, your output device will activate the trip coil. Okay, this is very simple. Only here all components are non-moving or static. Okay, the static relay only gives response to the electrical signal. Okay, that's why if there is any another physical quantity, that can be anything. So we are using transducers which are converting any pressure, any temperature into the electrical quantity. So we can use such transducers for the measurement purpose. Okay, so the other physical quantities like heat, temperature, etc. is first converted into the analog and digital electrical signal and then act as an input for the relay. Okay, so I told you that if CTs or PTs are not available, and if we when we want to protect your equipment from such quantities, okay, just like heat or temperature, for that purpose we should use their transducer so that it can convert that physical quantity, that is temperature, into the electrical signal. Okay, so there are some advantages and disadvantages of or limitations of this static relay. So we will see that in next lecture. Okay, so in next lecture we'll see all the remaining points and our first chapter will over there. So everyone, thank you and attend the lecture. So thank you everyone. We'll end for today.
Ma'am, notes send करा please.
Okay. And one more thing, I will share the Google link where I shared PPT, MCQ booklet is there, assignment is also there. And from starting, I'm saying you already assignment is given there. So after uploading notes, you can start writing your assignment so that it will not be the overload at the time of your submission. Okay, I'll send notes. I'll require some time. So within 2 to 3 days, I'll share notes. Okay. So for your reference, you can see the PPTs also. I uploaded PPTs. Okay, and all video lectures are also there, so you can refer that. Okay. So thank you everyone.